Hello and welcome. AER0KNIGHT here. You guys may know me from the Destiny Reset podcast, but welcome to another Destiny 2 video here on my YouTube channel. Today we're going to cover the Crucible ranking system that we're getting on May 8th with the Warmind expansion. I'm excited about this expansion. I'm excited about the quality of life stuff we're getting with this update. For me, it seems like there's a lot of stuff that is dropping with this 1.2.0 update to cater to the Destiny hobbyist, if you will. The Masterwork Catalyst, ranked PvP, just to name a couple. But there's some good stuff coming in this update, and not to mention new content and what appears to be, at least at this point, a deeper layered DLC package that we kind of all hope for. Anyways, we're talking about the Crucible ranking system in this video. I threw up a tweet the other day and I was asking you guys, I know there's been many videos covering it already, but just to see if you guys would be interested in my thoughts on the Crucible ranking system and breaking it down a little bit, covering what we know so far. Anyways, as many of you guys know, I'm a big PvP guy in Destiny. I do love me some PvE. I used to raid 3 times a week, had a spreadsheet, check mark, what areas I had done and if I had, done all 3 on all 3 characters. But with House of Wolves came Trials, and with Trials came AER0KNIGHT, the Crucible player to the extreme. Trials was just... it was my cup of tea. I loved it. Dove in every weekend, and I didn't even need rewards. I just loved that game mode. I still love it. I don't play it as often right now just because my game time is kind of random. But anyways, I love Trials. I love PvP. And this ranking system... I've been getting pretty hyped up about this ranking system. Every day that passes, the more we learn about it, the more we hear about it, the more I think about it. I'm getting excited. I thought we were just going to get a numbered ranking system. That was going to be the first iteration. That was going to be the depth. And we're getting a lot more than that. We'll go over it here shortly. You can see I got up to TWAB. We're going to look at Tocom11's tweets. He's a PvP designer, developer at Bungie. But anyways, we'll get into all that. It's way more layered and way more depth than I thought it was going to have for the first iteration of it. The first iteration of Crucible, ranked Crucible play coming to Destiny, and it has many more layers and depth to it than I thought it was going to have. So I'm excited, to say the least. So anyways, with all this said, I thought it'd be fun and helpful for us to really break it down, look at the details of the seasonal Crucible ranking system that we're getting with 1.2.0 on May 8th. And let's jump into it. All right, so the TWAB, as you can see here, and sorry, I'm going to be looking up just a little bit because I've got it on my TV above my center monitor here. But anyways, Kevin, aka Tocom11, I recommend you following him on Twitter if you are a PvP Crucible player, and if not, still worth a follow. It's TOCOM11. You'll find him on Twitter. Anyways, he breaks down the different titled levels of the Crucible ranking system. We got Guardian, Brave, Heroic, Fabled, Mythic, and Legend. I did see some feedback this week. People were wondering why they didn't put Mythic above Legend, but I'm totally on board, cheesy or not. We are trying to become Legend in Destiny, so it makes sense that the top level is Legend. I do see where Mythic seems a little bit more legendary than Legend, but it makes sense for Legend to be up there. So, anyways, with Season 3, we're getting Valor and Glory ranks. A lot of this stuff I'll probably go over that you guys already know. But Valor is going to be in the quick play playlist, and Glory is going to be in the competitive. So Valor, if you will, is kind of your more casual version of the competitive playlist. Sorry, the ranked system, and Glory is your more hardcore version of the ranked system. So Valor will go up with match completions. Valor is in the quick play playlist. It'll go up with match completions, and winning helps you move up faster, as you can see here. So again, check out the TWAB, guys. This last TWAB we got last week. It breaks all this down for you. There's a nice section in here where Kevin goes over all this stuff. So anyways, so one cool aspect of the Valor system that I didn't really know that we were going to get is and I'm going to scroll down here just a little bit, you can actually reset your Valor. You can prestige, if you will, like Call of Duty prestige. So it caps out at 2,000 rank points. That is, I think, going to be the number that actually like shows up on your emblem, 2,000. I think so because in one of the first images they showed us, we could see this 5,500 or 4,500 or 5,000 rank that somebody had on the Glory emblem. Anyways, caps out at 2,000, features a win streak bonus. I think both of them, you can see on there, both of them will have a win streak bonus. I think it goes up to a 5 win streak bonus. It can be reset when fully completed with no cap on resets per season. Now, this is what I was talking about. You can actually prestige this thing in the Valor Quick Play playlist version of the ranking system. And when you prestige, apparently there are going to be more rewards that you can obtain depending on the amount of times you have reset your Valor rank. So that's fantastic. Like, even as a competitive Crucible player, I will jump in. Sorry, I was checking my OBS over there. I will jump in and check this stuff out. Just because I want to rank up and get these rewards. I mean, it's very possible that I will want a weapon that's even in this more casual, I'll keep using air quotes because it's not necessarily casual, version of the ranking system. There could be something I want. And of course, I'm not always going to be jumping online with a full team, you know. I thought about this more and more. That glory rank, I'm going to be trying to get that Redrix's Claymore. It's kind of hard to say that weapon. But I'm going to very much want to jump in with my team on the competitive because I don't want to go down in my rank on the competitive glory ranking system. So it's nice that they're implementing a more casual version of the ranking system for us so we can jump in on quick play if we don't have our crew on. And again, there may be weapons to chase that we get rewarded for. You can see on here it says there are, of course, both of these are going to reset each season. So it's going to be fresh start each season with each of these ranking systems. But there are ornaments, emblems, and weapon rewards for both of these ranked playlists, which is fantastic. They're tying loot to these systems. Again, I thought we were just going to get a number that we could grind to the top so we could show off on our emblem. We were the max numbered rank in this first iteration of Destiny ranked Crucible, but we're actually getting all of these layers to it. And this is why last week, like every day, I'm like, I cannot wait for this to drop. You know, I'm already a PvP guy. This just adds so much value and so much incentive and longevity, even more so in the Crucible for me, to want to grind this stuff out. And I feel like even for, we just had Dan on the podcast, and it either is already live or it will be tomorrow, depending on when I release this video. But Day Infinity was on, and he's more of a PvE guy. And I was asking him, and it even creates value for him being a more PvE side of the Destiny player, because it kind of incentivizes him. He'll jump in Crucible every now and then, but it incentivizes him to jump in because he wants to grind this rank out. And again, there's two versions of it. There's the quick play version and there's the competitive version. So it's fantastic. I mean, I am pleasantly surprised and pleased that the Bungie team put this much thought into the first iteration of ranked play in the Destiny Crucible. I love it. It's great. Sorry, I've been getting hyped. I've been hyping myself up all week on this. Okay. Requires a fixed number of Valor resets to earn some rewards. That's what I was talking about. Prestige so many times to earn a certain amount of rewards. It's great they thought about this, because if you hit max in Valor and you don't really want to jump into the glory competitive scene, you can prestige and still continue to play to try to get rewards that you want from that side of the ranking system. It's great. It's awesome. All right, so that'll be featured in Quick Play, Rumble, and Mayhem. So moving on to Glory, caps out at 5,500, features win streak bonuses. We talked about that in Valor. Adds loss streak penalties. So not only will you get 5 win streaks, you could get losing streaks. So it's going to penalize you if you're not in there more than likely with your team doing work. You're going to be penalized if you lose. So I'm worried about going in solo. I don't know that that's really going to be an option, especially when you're grinding out for some of this stuff and you can easily lose rank points. So I don't know how many people are going to be going into this solo. Let's see here. Players can earn bonus ranks or fend off decay by completing 3 competitive matches each week. We'll get into that here shortly because I actually tweeted a question at Tocom asking him specifics on that, and I'll show you those. He added some stuff to a mega thread he has going on Twitter. Only resets each season, so you can't prestige on this one, which makes sense. It's a competitive. What seems to be the case, it's gonna take some time to level up in this. I think he talks about it in the TWAB here. We won't get crazy into it because we've covered it on the podcast and seen all the PvP Guardians out there talk about it. But when you reach Fabled, which is, let's see here, the 4th, Fabled, specifically in the Glory competitive playlist, when you reach Fabled, you get the Redrix's Claymore, a pulse rifle that is very unique. It has a Desperado perk that increases its fire rate. It's a slow fire pulse rifle. It increases its fire rate to the next archetype, and it doesn't lose any damage. So it's very effective. Very effective. So you get that at Fabled. There's still 2 more levels. I think there's going to be an ornament tied to one of those, and who knows what you get for Legend. They're keeping stuff a mystery too. So I'm so pumped to jump in and grind these levels. Apparently, though, what I was saying is it's going to be pretty challenging to get to Fabled, let alone after that to get to Mythic and Legend. It's going to be pretty challenging to get to those ranks. So it'll be interesting to see how much effort it does actually take to get to those ranks and who makes it, because it's going to be some bragging rights, it's going to be cool. All right, so anyways, let's see here. We get Ornament, Emblem, and Weapon rewards, which we know. Features unique seasonal chase weapon that can be rewarded at Fabled level, which we just talked about, that pulse rifle. And then they go on to say that 40% of the way through your journey is in the Glory ranks. Excuse me. Getting over a cold. So coughing has been a regular thing this weekend. It says, lets players earn Ornament for seasonal weapon at Legend level. So, sorry. Anyways, at Legend level. So, again, we get the seasonal Ornament at Legend. Sorry, I thought it was at Mythic. Anyways, I'm hoping there's more rewards in the competitive playlist. But they've been very clear what you are wanting to chase in the competitive Glory playlist is that seasonal weapon. Which in this case is going to be that pulse rifle on the launch of the ranking system in the first season that it is being implemented in. So, anyways, that is most everything that was covered in the TWAB. There are some other tidbits he has in here, but let's jump to his Twitter feed here. Again, follow this guy if you want some PvP updates. So he just kind of gives us a rundown again of the general questions that people had. He does say Trials of the Nine Iron Banner do not feature any ranks as they are experiences separate from the Crucible with their own investment games. Additionally, to maintain the integrity of Glory ranks, it's only going to be featured in one playlist. So I like that. Trials of the Nine and Iron Banner are something separate. We go to the competitive playlist for this. Once players hit Mythic and Legend, they will need to finish 3 matches a week to avoid a weekly rank points decay. Weekly decay does not apply to the to the lower ranks. Make sure to get your games in because after Season 3 ends, Redrix's Claymore will not be available to earn. Season 3 is your time, Guardian. Seize it. Just wanted to clarify how players receive Redrix's Claymore. I have trouble saying that weapon. Players must reach Fabled and Glory rank to be able to earn the weapon from Shaxx. The ornament for this weapon is earned by reaching Legend, which Let's just take a moment and think about that. Yeah, okay, you hit Legend and all you get's an Ornament. Let's say there's nothing else you get at Legend. I hope there's something else you get, but again, it's very clear this is the weapon we're wanting to chase. They wanted it to be possible for us to get for many Guardians to get this weapon, so they dropped it at Fable instead of Mythic or Legend. Granted, not everyone's going to get this weapon. It's still going to be challenging to get it, but they didn't want to throw it at Legend so that 2 people get it. But they did want to put it in a tier that would be challenging, but still hopefully many people would get it. I don't know what many is. It could be extremely challenging even to get to Fabled. But even if we don't get anything else by becoming Legend, it's cool that we get an ornament that shows on that weapon, that shows, it'll be very clear to other Guardians when you got that thing on your back in the tower. Okay, they not only got the Claymore, they got the ornament, which means they became Legend in the ranking system in Season 3 of the Crucible. So that stuff's fantastic. You know, that's like ornaments, Trials ornaments running around the tower back in the day in Destiny 1. Like, you show that stuff off. That shows people where you spend your time and how good you are at those things that you're spending your time doing. So, I like it. That's awesome. Anyways, once players hit Fabled and get their Claymore, the rank points required to level up spike exponentially. A bulk of the remaining 60% of rank points is going to be on reaching Mythic and Legend. So, once you hit Fabled and you get that gun, it's going to be difficult to climb that ladder from then on out. So, again, I'm fine with that. What do you guys think? I'm spouting off all this stuff. Be sure to comment below. Let me know what you guys think about all these different little bullet points we're talking about. We did this so players who just wanted Claymore had a realistic way to achieve that without making Destiny their day job. We also wanted to give our most hardcore players something to chase beyond that. So, anyways, what I was just talking about. To clarify, okay, so right here, I tweeted him. And let me see if I can find that tweet real quick. Sorry. Again, I'm looking up because I have all this on my TV above my center monitor. So you can see all those tweets Barrett was sending out tonight. I tweeted him. I want to find this. Bear with me, because when I read the TWAB, I didn't fully understand this decay stuff he was talking about. It really kind of sounded like that we were going to be playing just to prevent decay, and there would be a limit on a certain number of basically matches we could play that would contribute to our actual rank number. And that seemed kind of odd to me, so I just wanted to get a little clarification from him. Sorry, if I can find this. Oh, here it is. Okay. So I tweeted him this. This is what my question was. Each week your glory rank will change depending on the number of games you played, maxing out at 3 games per week. Players ranked Fabled and below will earn bonus glory rank points each week for players ranked Mythic and Legend. Each match completed will reduce the amount of glory decay up to preventing the decay for the week. This means if you are a player in Mythic or Legend, you'll need to hop into the competitive playlist at least 3 times a week to maintain your status. So, I'm like, hold on a second. Are we just going to play 3 games that contribute to our number going up and down, and then the whole point after that is to prevent decay? But even reading this, I didn't acknowledge it fully when I was reading the 12 the first time. I said, hey, dude, sorry if I'm missing this after reading it several times. First sentence, does this mean only 3 games each reset will actually contribute to your rank number changing at the rest of play is to prevent decay? And what are the bonus points do? Thanks for the info. So he went on to add these 3 things to his thread after I tweeted that, I believe. He tweeted at me, and then these 3 things he said he added to his thread. To clarify, the glory weekly bonus and decay for those in Guardian, Brave, Heroic, and Fabled. Each week, players will be granted bonus rank points for completing matches in the previous week. Caps out at 3 matches. For those in Mythic and Legend, each week players will be hit with a decay. Okay? There's some depth to this, you know? There's a lot of layers. Players can reduce or remove this decay by completing matches in the previous week. This also caps out at 3 matches, as 3 matches will remove the decay for the week. Here's the big one. There are no cap on rank points earned and lost per week from wins and losses. The weekly bonuses and decay are only additive. So what I gather from that, we talk about that on the show, this reset. But what I gather from that is, of course, you can keep playing and your rank is going to change depending. You can keep grinding, hopefully upwards. You could go backwards. It's going to keep updating. But if you want to prevent the decay, you have 3 matches. You need to at least complete 3 competitive matches to prevent the decay, because there will be decay each reset, it sounds like. I'm all for the decay. I think that's awesome. If you're not playing, you should go lower in the rank. Granted, it does stink if you're out of town for like a week or something and you can't play much, or at least part of a week. So it's really cool that there's a way to prevent that decay. Hopefully you can fit in 3 matches. That's not much. You fit that in, and hopefully, you know, to me, that's not that challenging to do 3 matches. Even if you got a vacation, hopefully it falls a certain way on a reset. And even if you don't want to reset, surely the decay is not that bad, but it does make sense that there would be decay on that glory ranked system. But I do like how you can prevent it. He does say in there, I want to say, didn't he? Yeah. Each week, players will be granted bonus rank points for completing matches in the previous week. Caps out at 3 matches. So when you're on those lower levels, which Fabled is pretty high, you can get those bonus rank points in the previous week. I'm not fully understanding how that's going to pan out or what the benefit is there. But again, really surprised at the layers of depth in this first iteration of a ranking system in Destiny, in the Crucible. They've thought this out. There's named levels, there's loot incentive, there's hardcore grinding that's going to take place here. There's prestige layers to it. Like, I just keep hyping myself out on this. I don't see how hyping yourself out on this particular thing is a bad thing, because we see it. It's all laid out for us. Like, this is what we're going to get with this. And it's exactly, it's more than what I thought we were going to get, and almost exactly what I hoped for at some point. So anyways, I'm pumped for this. What do you guys think? Did you think there was going to be this much depth to this first iteration of this ranking system? Like, what do you guys think? I'm really interested, if you're not a PvP player, if you're more of a PvE guardian, will this give you incentive to jump in, at least a quick play Valor version of the ranking system, or even competitive? I'm interested to see if this has value for you. And again, the PvP guardians out there, like, how much value does this add for you in the Crucible? I mean, if you're playing right now, does this add a lot of value for me? It does for me. Like, I'm enjoying the Crucible right now. I enjoy Trials. So for me, this is huge. Like, this is excellent. Like, I cannot wait to dive in and start grinding these ranking systems. But anyways, very interested to hear what you guys think. I'm hyped. I cannot wait for this to drop. You know, May 8th seems like, you know, to me, we're not having to wait till fall for a lot of this Destiny hobbyist catered type content. Like, we're getting a lot of stuff on May 8th. The Masterwork Catalyst exotics, those things seem great for the PvE and PvP players who want to get those exotics, you know, Masterwork exotics. We're getting heroic. I mean, let's just look at it real quick. Let's just jump in here and look at the 1.2 update while we're sitting here. We are getting Crucible rank, private matches, vault space increase, multi-emote. Thank you. I've been wanting that for so long. We also have learned that you can delete from Postmaster. Been asking for that forever. We can delete from Vault. Fantastic. Exotic Weapon Masterworks, we just talked about. Seasonal Vendor Progression. I'm interested to see what that is and what vendors it applies to. That's going to have some value to it. Some hobbyist grinding value, I think. Exotic weapon sandbox changes. We've seen those previews. They're making them exotic. They're making them mean, beast. So I can't wait for that. Heroic strike modifiers. That's an old school one. To me, that's going to add value. Everybody loves heroic strike modifiers. Of course, we want incentive to loot in the strikes you know, we need incentive there to want to run them. But hopefully with the DLC, we'll get 3 more strikes, another one if you're on PlayStation, so 3 or 2, depending on what platform you're on. But hopefully there'll be some incentive there. And they're going to add some layers to the Nightfall Challenge cards. So going back to my original question, do you guys feel like, in addition to the Crucible ranking system, we're getting a lot of depth on the PvE side of stuff? Sorry, PvP side of stuff. For you PvE Guardians out there, do you feel like May 8th, expansion aside, with the quality of life updates that we're looking at here, do you feel like there's some Destiny hobbyist stuff catered for you, coming for you on May 8th? Because as a PvE and PvP Guardian, I feel like a lot of this stuff is substantial that we're getting on May 8th. And I know a lot of people are saying a lot of stuff's going to come in the fall, and our feedback from the summit is going to be reflected in the fall. But for me, there's a lot of stuff coming now and over the summer that is really, basically is really adding depth to this game that we want. So anyways, interested to hear what you guys think about that. This has been a longer video than I had planned, but if you cannot tell, I am pumped for the Crucible ranking system. I absolutely cannot wait for this to drop. I can't wait to jump in. It's reminding me of Trials, and when we got that reveal and that mode and how excited I was for it and how much I played it. Like, I cannot wait to have even more of a reason to jump into the general Crucible in Destiny. Anyways, comment below. All my info is below, guys. You can tweet at me at the AER0KNIGHT's if you want to give me some feedback or ask me some questions or let me know what you think. It's the AER0KNIGHT with a 0 instead of an O. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Any support with any of my content, whether it be on my YouTube channel, Twitch, or which I'm not streaming a whole lot right now, or the podcast, Destiny Reset Podcast. You'll find myself and my good buddy Cyborg Sasquatch on there. Really appreciate any support on any of that content. It really means a lot. And again, you can find all my info below, all of the podcast info below. If you guys have any questions, let me know. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'm looking forward to chatting with you guys more. And until next time, take care, Guardians.